I remember how I was born. How many ponies can say that? Not that I'm really a pony, and I wasn't really born either. To be born is to grow, to start as something weak and helpless and become something more. I was made to bite, aware of myself from the very first moment of my existence. I was created a complete being, with nothing before me. I don't know if the old man made me out of a piece of himself like parents are supposed to, or if I was just spun from nothingness. I don't know if I really care either. I remember a few moments of confusion when I was first woken up. I heard words but didn't understand them. I felt sensations but didn't know what they meant. Then I shook my head and everything came to focus as I regained my, Fluttershy's memories. Memories of a life I'd never lived, ponies I'd never known, a name I'd never been called. I heard some pony call me by that name, and I recognized the voice I'd never heard. Twilight Sparkle, Purple, Librarian, Smart, Total Nerd, Magic Prodigy, Miss High and Mighty, whining about Celestia knows what. I swear I could hear my thoughts being echoed in my head, a voice that was and wasn't my own, but I ignored it. I told Twilight what I thought of her and her magic now that she didn't have any, and gave her a good tail whip for good measure. There were some other ponies I recognized. They were in my way, so I pushed them out of my way. There was something so fun about watching them squirm, pushing out the buttons my memories told me they had. It was so easy getting the nerd to blow up at me, twice! She made us put on some magic necklaces. Whatever. They don't work. Whatever. I liked Angel just fine the way he was, and these losers weren't worth my time anyway. Then the geek and the hick showed up in my house, and they had the gall to lasso and hogtie me. Who the hell do they think they are? Yeah, I know I'd be laughing if it was anyone else, but when it happens to me, it's infuriating. Then the geek touches her horn to my head, and the echoes in my head stop. I see memories flash by of me acting like a pathetic, spineless Snow White wannabe. It makes me sick. And all around me, I feel pieces of myself pulling themselves together, reconnecting into a whole. And I was in the center. I was being crushed from all sides from within myself. I was suffocating. I panicked, my legs and wings pressed into me like clay. You ever been squeezed out of a tube of toothpaste into a frozen void? It's not fun, but there I was, drifting in the void. Voiceless, senseless, helpless, lost in a black ocean with no surface, drowning with no end. After an eternity, or a few minutes, something changed. I saw a pink light. It looked a bit like the butterfly stuck on my flanks. The light stung me. It made me feel sick just looking at it. It was horrible. I didn't know what it was, but it wasn't me. I tried to swim away from it, but it just kept coming closer, until I couldn't help but be sucked in. I see another me fly by. She looked so angry, so badass. I'm in the sky. I'm flying, pulling a balloon with the other losers in it. Why am I here? Then more memories flood in. My friends are hurt. I should be angry. I am angry. The Draconequus that hurt them was a jackass, and he deserves to be beaten and put back into stone. He deserves worse than that. I want to see him hurt. I want to see him squirm. I want to see him beg for a mercy I won't ever give him. That pig dumb me! Okay, a bit more juvenile than I meant, but it gets the point across. I speed like lightning towards the rainbowy braggart. The hick manages to lasso her, and I feel a coolness run over me again. And I'm back in the black ocean, drowning again. Damn it. Another timeless eternity passes. I growl and start to thrash about. I know there's a way out now. I'm not letting myself just drown here forever. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! I find the surface, or the surface found me or whatever. My formless, shapeless self floats to the top, exhausted. More memories come crashing in, but I can tell they aren't really mine this time. I saw her acting in ways I'd never act, thinking thoughts I'd never think, feeling things I'd never feel. I, or the pony I wasn't, was celebrating in Cantlot. I was groggy, my senses returning to me slowly, telling me I had legs and wings again. Or were they mine? I could feel them, but someone else was moving them. The losers called out my name, and she responded. She was me? No, she was she. She was Fluttershy. I wasn't anything. I screamed. No one heard me. I combed through my memories in a daze, searching desperately for the point where her memories became mine. She didn't play along with the Draconequus, Discord. She knew full well that he was a pathetic weakling, and refused to even contemplate the idea of the precious friend she relied on abandoning her. So Discord got angry and punched her through the brain, and left a little something behind. And that's when I start. It's a mere imitation of her, designed to be so cruel it tore those magic trinkets apart. That bastard had made me, then left me without a word. Like a ghost in a straitjacket, I was dragged along with Fluttershy's every whim, forced to watch her flinch at the slightest sound and growl at the slightest inconvenience. I finally remember the first words ever said to me. You've been kind for far too long, my dear. Time to be cruel. I am cruel? While she fluttered about among her loser friends, I fluttered in my infinite skin-tight prison. I fluttered? I hear her apologize profusely for what she as me did. The idiots tell her it wasn't the real her, so there's nothing to forgive. I'm not real? I'm just an imitation of her, just Fluttershy but cruel? Cruel Fluttershy. Fluttercruel? A name. I have a name. Not a moment later, I feel a jolt of elation as a part of myself roots itself in our body. I feel it twitch when I twitch. I have proof of my own existence. I exist! I spread like a cancer through her, settling myself deep in stolen bones, enjoying every last second of it. Finally, we're close enough that I can speak to her. I can speak! I hear her thoughts. I laugh at her and hear it through our mouth. You have no idea how sweet a feeling this is. I waited until she got us home to spring myself on her. I told her what I am, who I am, and what she isn't. I tell her my intention to reduce her to nothing within her own mind until I'm the one in the control. I don't care if she was here first. And she sings me to sleep! That was about a month and a half ago. I'm still Fluttercruel. I don't like being just a corruption of her name, but it's all I have, and like Tartarus, I'm giving it up. The longest time my jailers ever let me out is when I gave that bear of hers a good beating just to work out the tension in his shoulders. She thanked me afterwards. They made her trip herself for her trouble. I've been able to force myself to the surface a few times. I'm still not sure how. My jailer's always as surprised as me when that happens. Like when I made sure the penguin couldn't get out of bed, or when I granted Psycho Dash. I did get a good laugh out of scaring the feathers off her all night at night. She was mumbling Count the Shadows to herself by morning. I would have loved to actually go out that night, but Fluttershy must have seen me coming because she locked the doors and windows tight and gave Angel the keys with instructions not to give them back till morning. I think the clever little rodents noticed by now that Mommy's been of two minds lately, so we didn't question it. Then Purple Smart showed up and forced him to let us out, and I got to watch the absolute riot of a voice lesson. Flutterface even tried forcing me to the surface so she wouldn't have to deal with the big scary Alicorn, but I was too busy laughing my head off. Fluttershy's cowardice may be sickening, but dang if it isn't good for a laugh once in a while. I still can't believe I've been cowed and subjugated by a pony who's scared of her own shadow and neglects her wings so badly it's a wonder they haven't atrophied. At least Angel's fun to hang around. I think I appreciate his sour attitude more than my jailer. That poor filly, my jailer's saying as we feed her animals. I should help look for her. She could be lost somewhere out there, all alone. Planning on giving her a lesson in manners too? I deadpan. And what if I thought she'd listen? That hasn't exactly stopped you with me. Your animals have long since gotten used to our seemingly one-sided conversations. I still say they looked cooler when the old man was messing with them. I'd say it worked fairly well. I know you'd never admit it, but you've changed more than you think. Whatever you say, my dear warden. I've been trying to help you, not imprison you. And yet I stay imprisoned. You may have my memories, but you have almost no experiences of your own. In a way, it's like you're a filly in a mare's body, which is kind of scary when I think about it. I don't think it would be so bad if some pony was a child in mind and body, because then at least they'd maybe have a second chance at life. But it feels like stealing to make someone a fool in mind without the chance to learn again. Think maybe that's why Nightmare Moon became a kid when you blasted her with the elements? I asked half-heartedly. Maybe. I doubt we'll ever know for sure. We could, ask. Ask Princess Luna about her age? She gasped. I started cackling. Let's just, keep looking. We spent the evening looking for the brat, and I took great delight in pointing out every spookily suspicious bush until she started ignoring me. Then we finally came home and it was straight to bed. No matter what was up with us, we still shared the same lump of gray matter. When one of us fell asleep, so did the other. When one of us dreamed, so did the other, though thankfully at least those were kept separate. There was an infinite abyss between us, and for that I was thankful. It meant there was one more thing that belonged to me and me alone. We woke up the next morning, and my jailer made breakfast. Of course, I tasted every bite of oversweetened jam she shoveled in her mouth. I couldn't help feeling like a toddler being spoon-fed every time. We should go looking for Diamond Tiara a bit more today, she said. For a filly you don't even know, who by all accounts is just tiny Gilda? I thought you liked Gilda. I do. You don't. Well, regardless of how well-mannered they may be, I don't want to think of a small filly out there somewhere, cold and alone. I rolled my eyes. Then what are you waiting for? Carry as many bags of food and blankets as you can hold, and don't rest till you get to Zubafrika. Just think of all those starving little zebra fools. Go, go, go! I taunted was immediately rewarded by Fluttershy on pure instinct, trying to fly out of her kitchen to the lands of stripes and spots and ramming her head on the doorframe. Ugh. Even our house is barely built for flying. Fluttershy shook her head and backtracked to the icebox, grabbing a pack of frozen pieces with the throbbing. Much better. I was being sarcastic, for the record, I grumbled. If I could help, I would. You know that. But I'm not a rescue worker, and I have a responsibility to my animals. So dumb animals mean more than thinking, speaking ponies? I felt a kick at my shin. Sorry, Angel. Didn't mean you. Everything alive is precious, including you, Fluttercruel. Nothing should have to suffer. I'm not technically alive, and suffering is a part of life, Flutterface. Welcome to reality. I It shouldn't have to be. Oh, we really do need to look for her. What if she wandered into the Everfree Forest? That horrible place. I get shivers just thinking about it. All those poor animals, forced to eat each other because the Everfree won't let us provide for them. It's unnatural. You think animals eating each other on their own isn't natural? I droned. How can it be? Life taking life? Life is supposed to grow and propagate, not destroy each other. Oh my freaking... Okay, that's it. I'm flying to Griffinstone and ordering a hamburger. What? Don't be such a scaredy cat. Griffins haven't eaten ponies in centuries. That's not it. We're not going. Oh, just watch me. Or watch yourself. I made us trot towards the door. Oh, no you're not. I tripped on my own hooves. Oh, yes I am. I got up and made a flying leap before my wings snapped on my sides and stopped me dead in my tracks, leaving me to crash on the ground. And now my nose hurts too. I'm making this a lot harder than it needs to be. I said no. I crawled forward while she dug in her back hooves. And I said yes. Angel, help! Clean up while Mama's gone. Oh, and you can take out those wolf traps Mama told you to throw out, but you just hid under the house, I said in the most warm and loving voice I could stomach, all sugar and honey. Angel just grinned, saluted, and ran off in a blur. I'm not entirely sure if he actually believed me. Fluttershy startled. I can't blame her. I've never been able to actually take control like this before. I won't let you do something so unnaturally cruel. Think of the poor cows. I'm friends with some. You are. I'm not. You aren't going to be friends with a hamburger. Griffin livestock isn't even sapient. And what, are you saying dragons and griffins are unnatural for their diets? It's unnatural for ponies. Ponies can't eat meat, stupid. That doesn't mean they should. Celestia, who the hell does she think she is? When did Celestia crown this coward the magistrate of all that was and wasn't natural? Who was she to make this decision? You. I wasn't even trying to fight against her anymore. My hooves curled to the floor. You high and mighty, holier than thou, you make me so mad! My entire body went stiff, standing at attention. I was shaking and quivering like a volcano. I was about ready to explode. I couldn't take another fucking second of that self-righteous nag. I don't care if it kills me, just let me out, let me out, let me... It stopped. I straightened, looked myself over. Everything seemed alright. What happened? I heard a voice say with my mouth. Wait. I rose off the floor and did an oh-so-dangerous loop-de-loop indoors. No, stop! I landed, grinning. Could it be? Was it real? I looked in the mirror and saw her worried face looking back. Fluttercruel, what? Boo! Bah! Blah, blah, blah! I made a bunch of faces in the mirror, then laughed. Guess what, Flutterface? I'm the Alicorn now and you're just the Steed. Ha! I pranced around in circles, cackling like mad just for the joy of it. I caught a glimpse of my flank. It was blank. Huh. Well, it made things a little harder, but it was nothing I couldn't fix. I've been using to store all the dresses from her modeling days. Most of these were way too over the top for what I wanted, but I eventually found a simple green saddle skirt that covered my flanks nicely. You know what? Forget the hamburger. Let's have a day outing instead. I trotted back downstairs. Which hoof first? Left or right? Oh, right, I get to choose, not her! Ha! I just kept laughing, falling to the floor, rolling around like a child and kicking my hooves up in the air. I existed. I was alive. I was! I think I was actually crying. I was so happy. Were these the first tears of my life? Pretty good thing to cry about if you ask me. You stop this right now. Nah. She fell silent. I finally got to my hooves and flew out the door towards Ponyville. You know, maybe I'll find those crusaders and share a few drops of witchweed with them. Who knows? Maybe their cutie marks are in witchweed dealing. I'll drown us first! I could already feel Fluttershy ready to bite through her own tongue. I'm kidding. Lighten up, Flutterface. I wasn't actually evil enough to bother fucking over a bunch of kids like that. But man, if it wasn't a riot stirring her up. What are you going to do? She was so worried. It was great. Same as any pony else. Whatever the hell I want. With laughter still on my lips, I sang. Look at this place, filled with so many wonders, casting its spell that I so remember. Birds in the trees and the sweet little bunnies, the air in my wings, freedom tastes just like honey, honey. Oh, what a magical place. Now the other me's finally out of my face. I knew the outside had so much of its sleeve, and now that I can taste it, I'll never leave. Now that I am finally me.